Hello, fellow marketers. I'm Brian Bowie, and welcome back to Directive R&D. In today's lab, we're going to do a follow-up of an episode we did way back when about Clearbit ads and how to get LinkedIn-level targeting in Facebook. So for the longest time, for most of us B2B or SaaS marketers, it was a challenge to get firmographic targeting within Facebook that you could trust. Within LinkedIn, it's very accurate in terms of job title and different firmographic data points. And getting that into other ad platforms that might have more efficient cost per clicks or more diverse ad formats was a challenge. And Facebook was always a place that a lot of us B2B marketers were trying to make work. But once this newer solutions came out on how to take more B2B firmographic targeting and use that platform and that inventory, when that solution came out, we had to test it. And now that we have 6 to 8 months more of data, we wanted to show you how the stats have evolved over time. So wanted to share some of those stats. If you haven't checked out Clearbit advertising out yet, I'd highly recommend it. You can check out clearbit.com and check their products, and advertising is right up there. And they do a great job showing how personalization and their database can pull in that they know that I'm from Directive, and the way you build audiences is very similar to the way you build audiences in LinkedIn. It's just as easy, but you have more data points that you can play with in terms of technographic, title, keywords, job title by keywords. And it's just you build an audience within Clearbit ads, and then you port them over into Facebook with a click of a button. So I think they do a great job of showing you how it could look inside Facebook. But wanted to share some of the cool stats. So if you've ever advertised within LinkedIn, one of their more popular ad formats is sponsored content ads. And then that can kind of be comparable with Facebook's newsfeed ads. And you'll notice that in LinkedIn, the sponsored content ads are very competitive in terms of cost per click bid estimates versus Facebook, which is typically a lot less in comparison. So what were the stats? We spent over 120K, and we've generated over 5.5 mil in pipeline revenue. And this is the one that's very interesting for people that have run campaigns in both channels. We saw a 63% lower cost per opportunity than in LinkedIn sponsored content ads. Because both of those ad formats are very comparable, and we could scale them proportionately within our target, within our TAM, this helped us with budget allocation in terms of where we should scale and where we should experiment more. We also saw a 4.4 LTV to CAC ratio versus 2.4 we saw in sponsored content ads. And we saw a 341% ROI in the last 6 months. So it's not to say that we're stopping running sponsored content ads and we can't experiment to improve the efficiency within that ad platform or that ad format. But from the data we've seen so far, this is pretty telling in terms of where we can allocate more budget, where we can experiment more, and kind of our original hypothesis of if we could still take a strategy that worked within LinkedIn and use Facebook's advantages of lower CPCs and more diverse ad formats to make it all work. So it worked for us, and it may work for you. I would highly recommend checking Clearbit advertising out, but wanted to share some of those cool stats now that we have more data since the last video. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you, and we'll see you in the next lab.